Hi guys, Samantha the Card Girl here. Welcome back to my channel and 31 Days of Halloween. Today's video is very impromptu. Did not know I was going to be making it, but I'm so giddy excited to be making this video for you. This is Bella. She is a $300 doll that came from, I believe, Haunted Halls of Horror. And she made her way to Slaughterland. And yesterday, after I was done setting up my table, I was approached by one of the guys who works up there and said, a few of us would like you to, cleanse this doll and, kind of contain it a little bit because she was giving some people some issues. So there is an actress on the trail who was stationed across from this doll, and the doll was looking at her. She didn't like it. She turned the head. A group of scarers walked by, and when she was done, she breathed a little bit. She looked back over, and the doll is again looking at her. So she was like, nope, not doing that. She nailed the doll to a tree. It was actually a screw in this hand here, which I'll talk about that later, why it's not there now. But so she nailed it to the tree. Now, I don't know if this was the same night or another night, but she was walking by the doll and it leapt at her. And after that, it was taken from the tree and moved to a different area down the path. This doll has also, I guess, jumped into other people's arms before, and her head will move. So I asked to have the doll up in my area last night, and she and I hung out with my Raggedy Ann Annabelle, and nothing at first, but throughout the night her head has turned 3 times. This baby doll head here has turned once that night, or last night rather. So some other interesting things with her, at least while she was with me. I went to start saging her, didn't get anywhere near finished, and this doll head comes off and rolls on my table and onto the floor, or the ground rather. And when I was telling the person who wants her at the end of the season this story, he goes, seriously? Because we tried to get that off, we couldn't do it before. So I kind of joked. I was like, I guess all you needed was sage. And I don't know how well you can see. I can do close-ups with her. I'm going to do other videos with her. But, there's a hook at the end of this, and the knot it's up there. But it's, small. It can't come over this this notch. So, I don't know. I can't really explain that one. Then my tarot cards started getting messed with. So, there are 78 cards in a tarot deck. And the wind blew, and I saw one fall, so I picked that up, but I suspected at least 1 or 2 others had fallen, but I wasn't positive. I looked around, I didn't see anything, and so I counted my cards. Sure enough, 77 cards. So that means 1 card was still missing. So I counted at least 3 or 4 times, and every single time 77 cards. Okay, so then I went through the deck and found out that it was the Lover's card missing, and again, I triple checked myself. Lover's card was not there. And now I went over to one of the other actors up in the Midway, the Coffin Hauler, and had him light my sage. Oh, yeah, okay, forgot that part. After I started saging her, my lighter stopped working, and it was a new lighter. So I could not use my lighter. So I went over to the Coffin Hauler. He lit my sage for me. I saged around her. I saged around my space, and I said, angels and guides, if you could please help me find this card, bring it to me, materialize it, something, because I felt bad not working with a full 78 card deck. And so about 10 or so minutes later, a guy comes and wants a reading, and I'm laying cards out, and after 4 cards, the next card is the Lover's card, and I went speechless. And I had to explain the story to the guy because he was like, what? Was that bad? What does it mean? So I'm like, all right. I thanked my angels and guides because they did it as I asked, because the Lover's card was not there. I did not find it. I did not pick it up and put it back in my deck. I don't know how it got back in my deck. Well, I know I asked my angels and guides, so I believe that. But So I'm thinking, all right, this is great. I've got all 78 cards now. I knew nothing else fell because after that first gust of wind, I was keeping my cards in their box with a lid on it in between customers. And I knew that, like the spreads that I had done, nothing had fallen off the table. And all the other cards were present and accounted for. So fast forward a little bit later, and somebody I knew came to the table. And, we get talking, and her daughter comes over and says, here, I found this on the ground over there. And it was one of my cards. And I'm like, what? So after that, I did a better job saging Bella, and nothing else happened that night. I took her home. I saged her really, really good. And I holy watered in a cross a couple times, and the doll had too. And kept her in my sunroom with my Gorius and Damien Spirit Halloween zombie, not zombie, demon babies. And nothing happened. She didn't move all that night. Fast forward this morning, I'm getting ready. I'm snapping my aunt in Buffalo, who is part of she investigates. She works in a local haunted museum in Buffalo. And I did one pan, and the doll's face is like this. And I go out to my sunroom and come back, and the doll's face is like this. Now, she was leaning against a pumpkin, a big pumpkin. And the only way for her head to have moved is if the body, see if I can demonstrate it, like if it did that. But her body was still straight. It was only the head that turned. And I didn't touch her beforehand, so I can't explain that. So I wanted to just tell the story about Bella and introduce you to her and how excited I am to have her. And then I'll do a card pull. Let me know, you guys, I want to do spirit box session and K2 around her and voice recorder, and I've got dowsing rods too. I want to try to find out her actual name. They believe that there's a spirit of a little girl around this doll because people, when this doll is near, they have seen a little girl digging in the woods, like real as you and I. So that's interesting. And last night, the person who wants her said last night was the first night that I didn't see her, and she wasn't down there with them on the path. So I don't know. I think it's really interesting and really cool. Kind of hoping there's some other haunted dolls up there. I would love to take one home at the end of the season myself. But all right, let's do the card pull for today. See what we need to focus on. Okay. Ace of Pentacles. So this is abundance coming in, something good for you coming in. A lot of times this is with money, but not always. Just something good coming in. Embrace it. Start nurturing it. I think that whatever this card is representing, it'll be a good thing for you. All right. That's it for this video, guys. I love you. See you tomorrow. Bye. Or later today if I happen to do a session. Let me know what you want. Do you want another video today, or should I wait for tomorrow?